Hello guys and welcome to Python programming tutorials by Amulya's Academy. We were discussing about matplotlib package and in that we were discussing about histograms and we can create histograms using hist function of pyplot module. And in the previous tutorial we were discussing about its syntax and parameters, and today also we'll continue the discussion on this hist function and its parameter. So in the previous tutorial we discussed about x, bins, range, density, weights and cumulative parameter. Today we'll discuss about rest parameters. So the next parameter is bottom. So the default value is none. You can take array like or scalar, or you can take none. The default value is none. That means it will take the bottom as 0. It is the location of the bottom of each bin. We used this bottom parameter in the bar function also, right? In that is the bottom of the bars. Here this is nothing but the bottom of each bin. You can set same bottom for every bin, that is using a constant value. For example, if you set bottom as 10, every bin will start from 10. The bottom of each bin is 10. Or you can take an array or list, then you can set different value for different bin. But if you are taking an array or list, then the size of that array should be equal to the number of bins. So let's take example, you'll understand this. So here, for now, I'll remove this, and first I'll not take the bottom parameter, I'll just execute this. So it will take the default value, that is 0, so it is starting from 0. Every bin is starting from 0 here. Now if I set bottom as 10, and if I execute this, now it is starting from 10 here, you can see. Every bin is starting from 10. The length is same here. Here we are getting 11. Previously we were getting 1. You can check that. If I remove this, here we can see. Here we are getting 1 when it's starting from 0. If it is starting from 10, we'll get this as 11. The height as 11. Total height is same, but the bottom is starting from 0 here. And if you want bottom from 10, then you can set it like this. Then here you can see. Or you can set the different bottom for each bin. So for that you need to take a array or list. But here the length of array should match the number of bins. Here when I take 1, 11, 21, 31, we'll get 3 bins, right? So here you need to take 3 different value. For example, here I take 1, 10 and here I'll take 50. So let's execute this, right? Or here you can see. It is starting from 1, it is starting from 3, it is starting from 5. You can set the separate bottom for each bin. If I take another value here, 2, okay, now length of bottom is 4, but here number of bin is 3. If I execute this now, I'll get error, okay. So the length of the bottom should be equal to the number of bins. So the next parameter is hist type. The default value is bar. So this parameter allows us to select the type of histogram you want to draw. So here hist type is bar, so that is the default value. Other than this, you can take bar stacked or step filled. The default value is bar. So if bar is taken, then it will draw the data using bars. If you take bar stacked, if you are representing multiple set of data, then the bars will be present one above the another, stacked bar. If you are representing only one set of data, then it won't affect the output. It will just represent the data using bars. And if you use step, it will generate the line plot that is by default unfilled. Step filled means generate a line plot that is by default filled. So I'll show you the example. So here when we execute this, we are not taking the hist type parameter here. Now if I execute this, it will take the default value. So here we can see bars. Now if you want to represent this using step or step filled, then you can here change that. Here you can take hist type, then here I'll take step. And here you can see the step now. It is not filled now. If you want to fill this, you can use step filled type. Here you can see. Another type is bar stacked. We can use bar stacked when we are using multiple set of data. If you are using single set of data, here we can see we are using single set of data. If I use bar stacked, it won't change the output. It will represent the output using bars. Here you can see different bars. But if you are using multiple set of data, then it will place the bars one above the another. You can see the stacked bars. When you use hist type as bar, that is the default type, and if you are drawing multiple set of data, then the bars are arranged side by side. If I just take bar and if you are drawing multiple set of data, then it will place the bars next to each other. If I use bar stacked, then it will place one above the another. So this is about this parameter. So next parameter is align. The default value is mid. The horizontal alignment of the histogram bars. It will tell the horizontal alignment of the histogram bars. You can take left, mid, right. The default value is mid. If you take left, bars are centered on the left bin edges. If you take right, bars are centered on the right bin edges. The default value mid, bars are centered between the bin edges. So let's see the example. So now we are not taking the align parameter, so it will take the default value, so it will place the bars between the bin edges. Here we can see 1 and 11 are the edges. Here we can see the bins, right? Here you can see the bin between the edges in the middle. So now if I change that to left, here align is equal to left, and let's execute that. It need to place the bars in the left bin edge. Here you can see the left bin edge is 1, right? Here it is placing the bars here. Bars are centered on the left bin edge. If you take right, bars are centered on the right bin edge. Here you can see 11, 21, 31, right? Okay, so this is about the alignment. Next we have orientation. So you can take horizontal or vertical. The default value is vertical. So we are drawing the vertical graph, right? If you want to draw the horizontal graph, then you can use orientation as horizontal. So here, if I use orientation as horizontal, and if I execute this, you can see the horizontal histograms, right? Because here we are taking this, because here we are taking xticks, that's why we are getting output like that. Here you can see. If I remove xticks, you can see the clear picture, right? Alright, so next is R width. You can take the float or none. Default value is none. This is the relative width of the bars as the fraction of the bin width. If none, automatically compute the width. It is ignored if the hist type is step or step filled. So you can change the width of the bar using this. For example, here you can take R width, and here you can take the R width as a float value. For example, if I take 0.9, here you can see the width of the bars. You can take 0.3. You can take float values, okay? Here you can see the width of the bars. You can change the width of the bar using R width parameter. Next is log. The default value is false. You can take the boolean value true or false. If it is true, then the histogram axis will be set to log scale. If log is true and X is a 1D array, empty bins will be filtered out and only non-empty will be returned. So if I set log as true, let's see, log is equal to true, and if I execute this, here we can see axis value will be set to log scale. So the next parameter is color. The value is none. You can change the color of the bar using this. Here if I take color is equal to green, the default value is blue, right? For now, it will change that to green. Okay, you can change the color of every bar using this parameter. And default uses the standard line color sequence. Next we have label. You can take str or none. Default is none. This label is used when we are using the legend function, right? You can use that. And next we have stacked. You can use boolean value. Default is false. Stacked is nothing but if you are drawing multiple set of data, then you can place the bars one above the another. If you are taking stacked as false, then it will set one after the another. It will set the bars one after the another. So I'll show you the example about stacked histograms in the next tutorial or next to next tutorial. So the next parameter is data. The default value is none. Next we have keyword argument. It is to change the properties of patch. you can change the patch properties using keyword arguments. For more information, you can see the documentation. And here you can see a star, right? So here star is used for keyword only argument. So this features allows us to define a function to accept selected arguments by its keyword only. So after this star, it is need to be used with its name. Okay, you need to mention data and equal to none, like that. Okay, so this is about this function and its parameter. Next, what this function will return? So this function will return n, it is an array or list of arrays, the values of histogram bins. First it will return an array in which it contains the values of histogram bins. Next it will return bins, it is an array, it also contains the edges of the bins. And next it will return the patches, it is a list. If I print this, if you want to see what this function returns, you need to print this. Now if I execute this, here we can see the graph, but if I close this, here we can see first array, second array, and here you can see objects, right? So here first array is nothing but it is the values of histogram bins. Here we can see 1, 2 and 3, these values. And next, this next array is nothing but the edges 1, 11, 21, 31, that bin edges. Next here it is nothing but the patch object. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will meet you in next class. Till then, take care.